I was born in Stepney, but I only lasted there for 9 months, and I came here in Hornchurch, and I've lived here most of my life. I lived across the road, and this used to be my local. Not only that, but my first cigarette, which was a senior service, if you remember, was given to me by my dad at the bar down there when he was a member of the 41 Club, and I nearly coughed my guts up. And I ended up being in charge of Hornchurch Police Station. So that was my background, and I was brought up in Florence Close, which of course is opposite the police station. So I have a lot of ties with Hornchurch, and over the years, as your AG, I've been coming here and I've loved every moment of this club. I think you're a wonderful club. George introduced me by inviting me to one of your dues for the jazz, and now I've got so many jazz CDs, you wouldn't believe it. I think it's really good music. And the only thing I don't like now is drum and bass, but I don't think even if you've got a drum and bass person in this room, you'd ever convince me that that's good music. But drum and bass is that stuff, that loud stuff, by the way, that doesn't seem to have any sort of application at all. I've enjoyed coming to this club, and at this moment in time, I will certainly be coming to this club more often than not, as you're new, I remember. And again, I'm very grateful for you for that. By the way, when I come to the end of my year as District Governor, I've agreed to be District Youth Officer, so I will be trying to get you to do some work for me for the schools, because I was asked by RIBI if I'd be their coordinator. That was the good news. The bad news was, but this is the way RIBI work, they've given me Cornwall, Devon, Hampshire to be their coordinator, but I also am going to head up in Great Britain and Ireland the youth competitions of young writer and young photographer. So hopefully you'll be able to help me out with that, because there's not too many entries coming from Essex at this moment in time. And I'll just finish off by saying that you might be wondering, or you might not be wondering, what's happening about restructuring. All I can tell you is that we were called up to York Gate 2 weeks ago. That is the District Governor-elect, nominee and nominee from all of the five districts around London, and we were told that we've got to come to some agreement about the future of our districts, because this was a problem area. Because what they wanted to do initially, and it's no secret, they wanted to chop 1240 in half. The bottom half would go to London, and the top half would go to 1080, which is Norfolk, Suffolk and Cambridge. This in fact has been disagreed with violently by us. I've now put a report in to say that that our best chosen district to merge with would be 1260, which would be Hertfordshire. But to do that, there's going to be some break-up of our districts and their districts. I can't tell you any more than that at the moment, because we've said we don't want to break up at all, but it's inevitable that will happen. So, you will not know any more detail until now the 30th of March, because it was going to be before the District Council meeting next week, but because of this little bit of extra that we had, I told you at York Gate, they're not making a final decision. Can it be overturned? The 19 districts from 29 can't be overturned because it's set in stone, I'm told. However, if you are one of the clubs, or if I'm one of the clubs, because don't forget I'm Brentwood Breakfast, so I'm vulnerable to move to London at the moment in time, you can actually put in an appeal. But I'll tell you more about that when I know actually the details they come up with. But I am telling you now that Terry from Manningtree will be our last district governor, as it is at the moment. I mean, obviously we might have more district governors depending on whether it comes from another district or our district in future. But the whole Rotary, as it is now, will change when we go down to 19 districts. They do say it will save money and it will make the administration a lot better. Everybody will be paying the same dues, whether you're in Scotland, Wales, Ireland or here. And that there should be lesser money to pay, because the bigger the better in relation to that. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But I thought I'd just bring you up to date while I'm here. And thank you once again for honouring me with membership of your club. I'm really privileged to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. I've just got one question. This restructuring and development of it, life's going to be easier, it's going to be cheaper. Is it going to increase members, Rotary members' membership? Has that been discussed?
At this moment in time, District 1240 is up 83 new members, which is second highest in the whole of Great Britain and Ireland. So it's improving at the moment. Some people would say that we will actually lose members if they don't want to travel to Norwich for a meeting from Colchester, and so on and so forth. I don't know. It's not down to me, it's down to the powers that be at RRBI. And other people say, including Ray Berman, that would be the demise of RRBI as well. Well, some people say that's not a bad thing, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
I think we're all a little bit more wiser now. We might not be happier, but that's the way it is. And I'll ask fellow to show the usual way we acknowledge our speakers. Thank you. Any other business? Any fellow wish to address the gathered throng? Reminder, apologies.